turtle doves are on the brink of extinction, but some European countries seem unwilling to stop shooting them. Our chief correspondent, Alex Thompson, has more.
There's another hunter there. We're just letting our cameras run on them, and then if we get any action, i.e. them shooting at a turtle dove, we will then call the police. That's a turtle dove.
Malta, the vital stopover on a 3,000-mile Africa to Europe migration.
The main hunting organization in Malta is trying to keep people outside of here.
Because shooting these birds in spring here is illegal.
So as you can see, this guy is just waiting for turtle doves here. Oh, here.
3/4 of turtle doves have vanished across Europe in the last 40 years, a symbol of the possible extinctions we are causing.
You can see the feather damage of when the lead pellets flying through, even here, you see? By hurting it like this way, we are preventing these birds from nesting in Europe and raising the next generation, which is very, very important for this bird, given its vulnerable status.
Illegal hunting's a tiny part of the picture, though. Endangered or not, come autumn, 1.5 million turtle doves are legally shot across Europe.
On the whole flyway, people shooting at them without any control, without any checks on them, and obviously the species disappears. So you just assess, it's disappearing, it's decreasing, good. Then we stop hunting. This is the easiest thing and the first thing you have to do. It's so logical.
This year, the EU urged a 4-year hunting ban for numbers to recover. Yet France and Spain agreed only 1 year, and Italy could, in theory, still allow 7.5 million doves to be slaughtered this autumn after pressure from hunters. That's almost the entire breeding population of Europe.
Unfortunately, hunters are often perceived as just collectors of birds, of species, of animals. We are conservationists. Suspension of hunting will take away our part of interest on the species because we have a lot of other urgent matters to follow. But instead, a small amount of harvest allowed will maintain our interest in conservation of habitat.
Hunters claim they support conservation, from doves to big game. Turtle doves, though, are as threatened officially as lions. Yet we stand by as the numbers plummet.
Our research shows that if we removed hunting at the current levels, the population would start to recover almost immediately. But banning hunting on its own will not bring the species back because it needs to have the proper conditions for it to reproduce in good numbers. It is the habitat that will save the species.
But if we look at the UK, that habitat has been lost. 70 years of intensive agriculture leaving 97% of our wildflower meadows gone, replaced by monoculture crops sprayed with pesticides. 57% of all our farmland birds have been lost since 1970. And in that time, turtle doves have plummeted 98%. In just the last decade, the population has almost halved.
So this is prime turtle dove habitat. It's thick, dense scrub. This type of habitat has not been given the sufficient protection that has been required. On a previous property that I worked on, when I first arrived, there were 22 pairs of turtle doves. And when I left, over a 20-year period, that population had decreased to 0. So I have seen this iconic species of the British landscape disappear in front of me.
It is a bird revered by Chaucer, Shakespeare, sung of course, in Christmas carols, but it is now the fastest declining bird in the UK. There are, though, 1 or 2 areas of hope, like this place, Knepp, the rewilded estate in Sussex, one of the very few places in the UK where turtle dove numbers are actually increasing.
Last year we had 23 singing males. So that means we probably had even double that number of turtle doves in this area, which is extraordinary.
But fragmented islands of success won't save the species. Wildlife needs connection, corridors to flourish. As the government eases planning laws, 3,500 houses could arrive next to Knepp, threatening this recovery.
We've got to protect every patch of green space, of land we have, because if we don't, we are going to see the continued crash, and it is a crash, of biodiversity throughout our country. And we're going to fail in our attempts to tackle climate change.
Countries come together at the vital COP26 climate summit in Glasgow in November. Expect more pledges to save the natural world. But the British summer has all but lost its soundtrack. The purring of turtle doves. Only action, not promises and targets, will bring it back.